and plus I'm not a big fan of them because spotted bass came in and they're starting to take over a little bit. So I turn all my largemouth and my smallmouth back, so it gives them a chance to compete because spotted bass are prolific. They're ahead of the game because they spawn in deeper water and colder water. Largemouth have to have a certain temperature in shallower water to spawn, so it's a little challenging for them. So I don't eat. I turn all my largemouth back and all my smallmouth back. And I tried them before. I don't really like them enough to keep them and there's a lot of stuff you can do to make them better, but I don't like that. Spotted are clean, are really a white fish, like a whiter, and they take they just taste. For me, they just taste better. And they use the same recipe that I use for my bluegill, right? I just use 3 ingredients for my bluegill. You guys can go check out my channel, and I'll show you what I'm talking about because it's pinned on my profile. So you can go check out if you want to see what I do to cook my bluegill. I'll show you. I show you on there. I'm going to do the same thing with bass. I'm going to show you guys how to fillet them, and then I'm going to show you guys what I use when I cook them. It's the same recipe. I just cut them up in the chunks instead of the bluegill where they're whole, right? But they're really, really good, and that's what I wanted to get yesterday, and that's exactly what happened. Went up there, and within a half an hour, getting to the spot. The first 3 or 4 casts, I had a fish on, and he broke me, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm doing something right. So that's another thing. When you go into a lake, you have a plan, but plans can change. But if you give your plan a chance and it starts working, right, stay with the plan. Do not change from the plan because until you go to where the bite dies or you don't get any bites for, say, 15, 20 minutes, and you're in the area where you're trying to fish for, change the color, change the retrieve, but don't get away from your pattern until you're not getting any action on any of the techniques from what you want. So say yesterday I wanted to use my Senko in the trees for the spotted bass that was spawning. Now, if I wouldn't have got any bites on my Senko, I would have changed the color of the Senko. Then I would have changed the retrieve of the Senko. I would have put more weight. I would have put a little nail in the end so it would look different. I would change the action of the Senko because I'm hoping the spotted bass are spawning in the trees, so I'm going to try and figure out what I need to do to get their attention and get them to start biting. Okay? So that was